Graubünden, Switzerland. Gemini, the mutant's chopper, 2 helicopters in one, is on a mission to save an alpine town from being buried beneath a terrifying avalanche. To protect the town, they must save the forest above. That means clearing 650 tons of rotting, infested trees by the end of the day. But now Gemini, buffeted in strong winds, is moving worryingly close to the trees. If one of Gemini's blades hits a tree, it will mean certain death for her pilot. Gemini's pilot, Spurry, isn't happy and is pulling out. To avoid the trees, she'll need an even longer cable, 70 meters long. But this will make it even harder to control the trees hanging below, and fitting it eats up vital time.
Of course, yeah. Each stop means you lose time.
1100 hours. They need to make up for lost time. Both loggers are having to work in brutal conditions. Thanks to her incredible efficiency, Gemini's downdraft is less than normal choppers. But the loggers are still being blasted by winds in excess of 100 kilometers an hour.
Normaal is het al hectisch, oder? Unter dem Helikopter zu stehen.
Gemini's twin set of blades makes it extremely stable for a helicopter. But down below, Reinhardt is struggling to make sure the logs are lifted clean out of the forest. And the new cable carries new risks. The infested logs swing more on the end of a longer cable, and the chances of them getting tangled with the rest of the trees in the forest are now much higher. Within minutes, Gemini is caught. It's a frightening development for Spurry. Gemini can't go up, and she can't go down. The pilot is throwing Gemini about, trying to untangle the load beneath, while the loggers scramble for cover. Sembawang, Singapore. Blek Marlin, the incredible sinking ship, can submerge beneath the waves and then raise itself back up. She uses her special power to lift massive loads. And right now, she's on a mission to shift the biggest ever load this yard has ever seen. In order to take on board this 17,000-ton load, she has sunk herself to the level of the quayside. But as the massive gas platform is edged towards the ship, there's a problem.
Excuse me, can we stop?
Blek Marlin engineer Bikovs sees that the rails leading from the quay have risen higher than the ship.
Okay, we decided to stop.
If they keep going, it could be dangerous. Concerned about safety, he has stopped the move. But Didar Singh is unhappy. He wanted the move to continue. Blek Marlin's crew clashes with the gas platform crew.
Yeah, I think so. We've not done as many loadouts as what we've seen, okay? We are under control. The whole bloody thing is flexing. Once it sits on, it goes, it will sit in. Okay. So please, okay? Yeah? No, I'm not. I'm telling you the last time, as the contract holder, okay? But you are not running the loadout.
I have rights.
Yes, you listen to instruction.
No, I'm not listening to instructions.
Okay, but we make the final decision, okay? The way you are talking, your radio language on that, I don't like it. Let me tell you that.
Don't shout.
I will!
Don't.
I will!
You don't. You will not. Please
I'm telling you, okay?
Please stop.
For the last time, you better control what you're saying on the radio. when you are transferring such a heavy load, the steel, we can't see it with the naked eye, but it flexes with the weight in the center. So on the outboard sides, you're bound to see slight deflection.
With the enormous weight of the load pushing down on the steel rails, the ends of the rails have flexed up. Singh believes the problem will right itself as the load moves onto Blek Marlin.
It will even out and have a good rest on a fairly continuous rigid beam.
As the weight of the platform shifts to the ship, it will push one side of Blek Marlin down into the water. To compensate for this and the tidal changes, the crew must gradually pump water from her various ballast tanks. As the platform begins to edge onto the ship, a team of surveyors nervously monitor the changing angle of Blek Marlin's deck.
S1 plus 22.
They must quickly work out which of Blek Marlin's vast ballast tanks should pump out water and how much. Their calculations are immediately relayed to the bridge.
S1 plus 25.
But they've got to get this dead right. One slip could spell disaster.
This is very, very finite now. The slightest movement is altering the trim of the vessels.
Suddenly, loud metallic bangs echo around the yard.
S1, S2.
Blek Marlin is starting to tilt. Aitik Mine, Sweden. Two Vipers, the most powerful mining drill rigs in the world, are sitting doing nothing.
A breakdown on the electric cable. I think because we got too much machine on the line.
The Vipers are vital. Matti Ravelin, blast boss of the Aitik copper mine, has got to drill 48 holes through super hard waste rock, fill the holes with explosives, and evacuate the area to blast out a massive chunk of this gorge by 7 p.m. He's heading down to the shelf to meet the engineers.
We got a ground fault in the box head. On that box. One of the cable was loose. So the electric guy said just fix it.
They managed to fix the power supply and the two Vipers are on again. But Kostet is worried. When the power went off, his drill bit was 12 meters deep in the hole. Kostet knows that at this depth, the drill bit can get stuck if it stops spinning.
Yeah, I got stuck here.
His drill is now wedged in the hole by bits of loose rock.
Rocks fall between the rod and the walls, and then it can get stuck.
But Kostet has a plan.
I have the air on.
Viper has a trick up its sleeve. Its 1400 horsepower electric motor powers a giant compressor which pushes 91 cubic meters of air a minute straight down Viper's drill pipe. This intense high-pressure air jet is so fierce, it forces out the rocks that are jamming the drill pipe.
We managed to clear that part away.
The Vipers start drilling, but can they drill fast enough?
We got a lot of holes to drill, so I hope that machine can manage it.
Kostet's Viper has drilled 18 meters. He quickly pulls up the drill pipe. The Vipers are up against a brutal deadline. To save time, they're going to try to move the Viper onto the next hole without lowering the tower.
Of course, it's riskier than moving with the tower down. The machine can tip over.
The Vipers don't like this. They're now top-heavy, moving across uneven ground. If Viper tilts more than 10 degrees, the 188-ton structure will topple over and could fall 400 meters down the mountainside to the bottom of this vast cavern. Graubünden, Switzerland. Gemini is on a mission to save an alpine town from a deadly avalanche. To save the town, they must save the forest. This weird mutant chopper needs to clear 650 tons of infested rotten wood by the end of the day. But Gemini is caught. Her load is tangled in the other trees, preventing her from taking off. And the standing trees are preventing her from landing. It's a perilous situation, but Gemini has special powers. With her incredible twin interlocking blades, Gemini is extraordinarily stable, but also incredibly agile. Pilot Spurry lowers Gemini to within a few feet of the tops of the trees and starts moving her about. Gemini shakes her load free. The loggers below are constantly on alert and just manage to scramble out of the way. With the logs free, Spurry can finally lift them and Gemini clear. (16:45). In just 3 hours, it will be too dark to fly. With 150 tons of logs still to move, the team needs to keep up the pace. Gemini is shifting 50 tons of logs an hour. Its extraordinarily efficient rotor system allowing it to lift the equivalent of its own weight with every trip. But work has to stop. Gemini is running out of fuel. They need to get Gemini refueled as quickly as possible, and Amgarten is anxious about getting the job done.
Ja, wir haben heute auch schon viel gearbeitet, aber leider sind wir noch nicht fertig und müssen ja, noch weiterarbeiten, bis das Holz wirklich unten ist hier auf dem Platz, oder? Sonst gibt es noch keinen Feierabend.
Gemini takes on 320 liters of high-grade aviation fuel and lifts into the sky. Now the team is working flat out. Load by load, slowly but surely, they managed to get the last 150 tons of logs down off the mountain.
It was tough. We were all tired, but we made it. Super gsi. Hey, full banana. You're the best.
Blek Marlin is on a mission to shift the biggest load this yard has ever handled. But as the load edges onto the ship, the mighty Blek Marlin begins to tip. Viper is in a race to blow up a mountain, but now it's moving top-heavy across the rugged blast site, inches from a sheer drop. Sembawang, Singapore. The super lifter Blek Marlin is attempting to take on board a massive 17,000-ton gas production platform. This incredible ship can deliberately sink herself in order to take on truly massive loads. But as this enormous platform inches onto Blek Marlin, loud bangs echo through the yard. The metal frame and rails are under immense strain, and the great ship is beginning to tip. The crew is desperately trying to work out how far Blek Marlin is leaning over.
S1 plus 2 centimeters higher than
The plan is to pump water out of Blek Marlin's massive ballast tanks to compensate for the weight of the oncoming platform. But how much water, and from which ballast tanks?
You saw how the vessel...
We will hold it.
We will try to hold it.
They need to act fast, and they need to be dead accurate, or Blek Marlin and her load will tip into the water.
Starboard side, down to 0, slowly.
Okay, S1, S2.
With the platform more than halfway onto Blek Marlin, the surveyor's readings reveal that the deck is still listing. But with the platform this far on, there's no going back.
You can't go back. You can only go one way.
Ballasting down the starboard side.
That's correct.
Beekovs and the crew hope the Blek Marlin will even out as the platform gets further onto the ship. With the surveyors taking readings every 30 seconds and the ballast tanks attempting to keep Blek Marlin level, they creep forward inch by inch until the platform is fully on Blek Marlin. After 2 years of planning and 1 day of intense pressure, the 17,000-ton platform is finally safely on board Blek Marlin. The ship can now begin its 500 nautical mile journey through the Gulf of Thailand.